Alright, hello everyone. I'm out here to do the time-lapse video. We're gonna do the first test with still pictures. The ambient temperature is 4 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna be flying the Mavic Air, and I'm gonna be following the Bebop 2, which Emmy will be flying. Well, she just has to press play and it'll go off on a flight plan and take pictures at 1 second intervals. So JPEG snapshot is the only option in still pictures that can take 1 second intervals. RAW will take it every 8 seconds, and the other JPEG 180 and JPEG normal will be 6 seconds. So I chose JPEG snapshot because the slowest speed of the drone is 3 feet per second, so that's about 1 picture every 3 feet. Okay, let's go. Okay, so in flight plan, we will create our flight path however you choose to make it, but make sure that you have your prominent view, or the direction in which you want to take your time lapse, and have a very long path for the drone to fly. And as you can see here, between the aqua colored lines, this one and this one, that's my longest point, which is 650 meters, and the drone speed was set to 1 meter per second, which you can set by tapping on the line itself, the path, and adjusting the slider on the right to set your speed. I tested 1 meter per second, but it seemed to be too slow, because the drone was moving and compensating for the wind, and that also tilted the images a bit. So I think around 2 or 3 meters per second would be good. What I did notice was, during the 5 meter per second path, on my way to my start off point to take the time lapse, the footage wasn't shaky or boppy. So I think the faster you go, the better it is for the image, but not too fast and not too slow. So my video was made with 1 meter per second. So that's how you change your speed. Just simply tap on your path, your flight path, the longest one, and set your speed with the slider on the right hand side. So that is how I set my flight path. Now once you are done with your flight path and your waypoints, you tap on the top right hand side, which is the plus sign with the little notepad, and this will bring up the parameters for the flight. And to take still images, simply set your still image parameter by tapping on the orange tab. And I use snapshot because the quickest interval is 1 second. So it'll take a picture every second. So if you do that and you drag it down to your path, you can see that it's got 1p 1.0 second. But if you shoot in RAW, then you will have a problem. The quickest time it can take a picture is every 8 seconds. So it can only take a picture at 8 seconds. So by the time, if you're traveling at 3 meters per second, then you would have traveled about 24 meters before you actually took a picture. While raw pictures are the best format to use if you are editing the image afterwards in post, it defeats the purpose of creating a time-lapse in this application. So my suggestion is to use JPEG snapshot. I mean, the quality of the image is not too bad, and you can edit it a bit, and you will have enough images. So having that in mind, that is how you set your images. So you simply drag, after you set your camera up, or the camera parameter, which is snapshot, not JPEG, not RAW, not JPEG 180, just snapshot with a 1 second interval, okay, and then drag that down to your flight waypoints. And what this does is, during that portion of the flight, it will be taking pictures. So make sure you slide it down to the entire flight waypoints. Or if you wanted to do videos and pictures, then you can just drag a video to the particular point where you wanted it to record a video. But for this application, we're only doing a time-lapse with still images, and that is how you set up your flight plan and your capture parameters for flight plan. So once you're done with that, you're good to go, and you can go out to your site and fly your drone. Okay, one of the questions I will be asked after this is, why not just record an entire flight in video and speed the video up afterwards? Yes, you can absolutely do this. There's absolutely no problem with that. But the advantage of taking still images is because we can edit the images afterwards, and we have more space or more properties to edit the image and bring out a better vibrance or recover the shadows or highlights. In that sense, for people who are accustomed to photography or have some photography knowledge of editing, you can use the pictures to create a better result than that straight out of the camera and editing it with a video editor. And I will show you a comparison of unedited and edited the time-lapse together. Alright, I hope that illustration helped you understand why you would want to do time-lapses with pictures and videos and the advantage over it. The only downside is it's a lot of work, and with the resolution that the Bebop 2 outputs, I wouldn't really bother. But if it's something you'd like to do, I hope this video has given you some insight on how to do it. So until next time, fly safe and God bless. Hey everyone, up at the spot where I usually come and fly the drone, but we're having a problem with visibility.